remember how long, guess I always been this way, running 90 miles a minute all night and day, doing things that'd kill a lesser man or get him locked up tight. Never meant to hurt nobody, no I ain't like that, just trying to make my way any way I can. There's a lot of folks out there wanna slow me down, make me act right.
Travis Martin from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Really started racing kind of high school. Parents were never really huge into cars, so group of friends I had was big into cars. So going down, racing at Muncie is really kind of how we got started. Tinkering with cars, playing with cars, and so forth was really what got me into it. Never really got real heavily involved with it until, meeting Adam Hodson and Nick Taylor and all those guys. And then it kind of spiraled out of control at that point. First race car was, first one I took down the drag strip, a 2002 Chevy Cavalier Z24. Yep, not afraid to admit it. Fart can exhaust, cold air intake, thought I was a badass at that point. Car ran 16 twos and we would go down a bracket racing at Muncie. Ended up placing runner-up one night, thought it was the biggest deal ever there. So that was back in the high school days. So really I went right from the Z24 into the Camaro. Had both at one point. Ended up getting this Camaro, got it in 2004 while I was in college. So didn't really do much with it in college, kind of more so just played with the Cavalier and so forth. It kind of just natural evolution, wanted something faster. Cavalier was, go down to Purdue, bring it back home, and then just started playing with the Camaro more and more. And that's kind of the evolution between the two. So first race, we really started racing at the NMCA events, the LSX events in Indy was kind of where we really started racing at. At that point it was just an NA cam only LS1 combo running 11.2s, I think. We would run the Rumble class at the LSX events. Ended up doing pretty well at them, a couple runner-up positions at those races. But really, kind of natural progression as time went on, just wanted to go faster and faster, and got talked into, hey, let's do a twin turbo build on it. So, all right, I'll do it. I want to keep it 100% street car, but we'll do it. And original goal, let's run 9s out of it. Well, I ended up going, I think, 850s that year, so destroyed the goal on it. And really, it's evolved from there quite a bit. Natural 850 was the goal, then 7s, then 4s in the 8s. So it's really evolved from really kind of a drag week style type racing to a lot more of the heads up type car. The heads up racing, basically going from an index style race to a heads up race. It was more of a competition. It was truly who could build the faster car, who could manage the power going down the track. I like to keep it floored the whole time. I don't like to, pedal it at the big end or worry about breaking out on an index time. So that was the drive that got me moved into the heads up class racing. The competition, and that's where a lot of the scene was headed to at that point 4 years ago. Most memorable, the first 2 years when I had the turbo build and we went heads up racing, I never made it out of first round for 2 solid years. Couldn't figure the chassis out, couldn't get it. Finally, with the help, Sean Fensler helped me out. We got some things dialed in. Muncie ended up making it to the semifinals and placed runner-up at one of those events. So going from never making it out of first round to figuring some things out and actually starting to get a chassis to work, that was probably one of the most memorable wins that I had. Or not a win, but a runner-up was memorable. Really, this past year was probably the most memorable out of any of them, winning Rocky Mountain Race Weeks back-to-back. Plus, there were probably 14 other wins that I had this year. So overall, it was an awesome year full of memories. All right, so 2020, it was 427 dart block combo. We did obviously more no prep racing than prepped racing this year. So really 2021, our goal is to more so build the car around back end style racing and medium prep racing. Motor combo is going to remain the same, dart block 427, going twin 80 millimeter turbos on it from Force Performance. Obviously cutting the front end off, taking some weight out of the car. Still probably it's going to be a heavy car. It's still going to be a very streetable car. Still run Rocky Mountain Race Week with it, but we'll be able to tune it for multiple tracks a lot easier at this point. Really the expected goals, I'd love to see 470s out of it, 460s maybe. Kind of doubtful on that, but it should be able to make the power to do it. But really the big thing for me is not even running that fast, but just being consistent on a no prep surface and having a street style car that can compete with anything on that surface is the main goal. The first one we got coming up, Dig or Die, that's at the end of March. That is the first race that we're looking to make it to. That's kind of going to be the baseline. We already had Mississippi. We wanted to see how we stacked up against some guys down there. Dig or Die we want to see as well. Looking forward to that. We do our Mentone races. Looking forward to that. And of course the big end bangers at Muncie. Those are the highlights, the big ones we'll do. We do have Rocky Mountain Race Week again this year, 1.0 and 2.0. Excuse me, we're going to try to hit that. So we got quite a few events. About every weekend we get somewhere to be. So initially when I started hanging out with everyone, it was Adam Hodson, Kenny, Chris Beischer, myself. We were all just like any kind of local guys. We all kind of hung out together, went to the track together, raced together, and just kind of hung out even off to the side. So naturally, we would just go to the track, race, and everyone started going, "Oh, you're 260 guys." So the name kind of stuck at that point, and that's how Team 260 kind of got started. I've known Adam for quite a while, and naturally just cars and racing brought us all together.
Yeah, remember how long? Guess I always been this way, running 90 miles a minute all night and day, doing things that'd kill a lesser man or get him locked up tight. Never meant to hurt nobody, no I ain't like that, just trying to make my way any way I can. There's a lot of folks out there wanna slow me down, make me act right.